Chelsea, don't get my flip-flops. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Rome, and I am here in New York City, all right? In the Delish test kitchen for another episode of Childhood Eats. And today, we're gonna be remaking Sloppy Joes. If we had Sloppy Joes growing up, more or less, I think we've all had the Manwich brand, okay? That good stuff, all right? So this is the point of reference I'm gonna be using when I'm making my version of it. Growing up, I definitely had Manwich for sure. Had Sloppy Joes in school. They used, I don't know what they did, it's just mystery to me, okay? So first, of course, you know what we do here. We dissect the packaging, we see the ingredients, we bust the can open, all right? And we try this first before we get to my rendition of it, all right? So let's get to it, all right? And this is it, it's all you need. It shocked me how easy this was. I don't even think I've made a Manwich can ever myself, which is crazy. But we got a pound of beef, we got some Martin potato buns, no sesame seeds on it. Tis. A spoon, a can opener, and a knife. That's all you need for this, all right? And we got the beautiful Manwich can. Look at that. All doodle brown like a UPS worker. Tomato puree, water, tomato paste. That's what's in the puree. Excuse me. All right. High fructose corn syrup. We love that. Vinegar, corn syrup, salt, sugar, carrot fiber, dried green and red bell peppers, chili pepper, gar gum, spices, xanthan gum, dried garlic, natural flavors, citric acid. Doesn't sound crazy. That sounds pretty good. Pretty similar to what we're gonna be doing, all right? So I'm gonna bust it open and see what it look like. So we're gonna open this up and the can farted. That's a good sign, it's fresh. Now, I know you guys are thinking, is he gonna taste it straight out the can? Yes, I am gonna taste it straight out the can. Get a big spoon. Tastes like Taco Bell, the little hot sauce. Salsa picante, that one, whatever it's called. That's what it tastes like. It's not wild me. We're gonna definitely elevate this easy, regular, all right? Let's just cook it. I'm gonna cook it. I'm gonna put this spoon away. So we got cook 1 pound of beef. Add Manwich sauce. Ask to be called chef by anyone who addresses you. Serve, dig in, and leave hunger behind. They're very confident that this is good. Gotta smoke a few blunts probably to make this taste good. Do a little olive oil with the Manwich, just a splishy splash. All right, so we got a pound of beef. We got that good organic beef. So we're pretty much just gonna wanna break this up to fine minced meat, okay? Woo, sloppy. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't crazy. One thing I'm noticing from the bread, it's literally just like melts in my mouth. It's like nothing, boom, it's gone. The sauce tastes like some ketchup in there, maybe like a little bit of paprika, and that's it. It should be 3 points that makes a good sloppy joe right. 1, it should be first and foremost the bread. You need a bread that's strong. 2nd, you need some more flavor into this, all right? 3, it needs to have the name Joe in it, all right? That's the 3rd thing. Some people say that it was created by a cook named Joe who worked in Iowa City, all right? I guess his apron was looking crazy, stained up, looking like a butcher. And also, Sloppy Joes go by different names. They go by Dynamites, I don't know, Yum Yums, Sloppy Jane, okay? And Goulash. Okay, so for my recipe for Sloppy Joes, the first thing you're gonna wanna start with is the buns, all right? I got some of the ingredients for it laid out. Very simple, very easy, okay? Got some potatoes, some whole eggs, some butter, some sugar, some dry active yeast, and some bread flour. It's very important, bread flour, right? Has a higher protein count. Make the bread a little bit more tougher, soak up all that Sloppy Joe sauce, all right? So when I was coming up with this recipe too, I was like, bruh, how can I elevate Sloppy Joe? Like, it is good on its own. So I just was like, hey, why don't I make my own potato buns? Usually when you have Sloppy Joe, growing up, I had it on white bread, I had it on rice, a little salad on the side, a little Manwich salad, you know what I'm saying? But typically they're served on buns, whether normal hamburger buns or potato buns. So that's the wow factor here. That's the thing we're going for. So let's get to it. All right, so first things you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna peel your potatoes, all right? We'll peel them. I got some water boiling right here. Throw a little salt in there. You always wanna salt the water, bless it, all right? And we'll peel these potatoes, all right? Simple, easy, guys. You got kids, have them do this. And you sit and drink some lemonade or something, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna give you an example of the size that you wanna cut these. And the key thing too is all these little black spots right here, you wanna get those off because they will show up in the finished product of the bun. So you wanna cut it small so you can it can mash faster and cook faster, right? More surface area for that water. So I usually go in half like this, and it's like this, it'll cook faster the smaller, right? I'm gonna peel the rest of these, dice them up like that, throw them in this water, and we're gonna wanna cook it for 8 to 10 minutes, all right? Or until they're fork tender. So the smaller they are, these will probably take 7 minutes, okay? So while the potatoes are boiling, I'm gonna get together all my dry ingredients. For the buns, we got about 4 cups of bread flour, right? You don't gotta sift it, you don't gotta do none of that, all right? This is easy. We'll add that to the bowl. Got about 2 tablespoons of white sugar, give it some flavor, all right? 2 tablespoons of salt. I like my buns to be flavored, all right? Usually when people make bread and they're just starting out, they tend to not season their buns well, and this is just some bland bread, okay? No one can save you. And I got some yeast. I got about 4 teaspoons of dry active yeast. So I'll add to that now. You don't have to activate or anything. It will get activated while it's resting, and we add that liquid to it. So, all right, so I'm gonna mix all these dry ingredients together with my hands, get it all mixed together. All right, so these are fork tender now. All right, so for this recipe, you're gonna wanna reserve about 8 tablespoons of this water. You can go a little bit more, you don't have to use it all. That's why I'm using the big old ladle. You know, I'll probably just save like that much. And then we're gonna dish the rest of this water as much as we can. Pretty much we're making mashed potatoes, all right? So I got my butter, got about 4 tablespoons of butter, nice and soft. We love that. And we just mash, creamy, fluffy. All right, so we're gonna mix the mashed potatoes and our eggs by hand first, just to make sure the potatoes are well incorporated into the flour. You just have fun, all right? You let the kids go in the room. You just have your fun with this bowl, right? And you just squish it, look, looking like Play-Doh. So now the dough is nice and shaggy. We're gonna transfer this over to the stand mixer and let that do the work, all right? Got a little Hellboy hand going on. All right, so we switch everything over to the hand mixer. Turn it on stir. That should be the slowest function on your KitchenAid, all right? And it's just gonna let it come together. And I think this might need a little bit more water. That's why we reserve that potato water, right? Thinking ahead, all right? Get your head in the game. All right, and the potato water is great for this too because it's starchy, all right? It helps bind things, science, molecular gastronomy, all those things. We'll pick it up, and look, it's not sticking to my hands yet, it's sticking. Remember, we got that yeast in there, we got that warm potato water. That's another thing. That water was warm that we put in there, and that actually helps activate the yeast that's in here too. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna roll this into a firmer ball, throw it back into this bowl off the KitchenAid, wrap it in some plastic wrap and let it rise for about 30 to 40 minutes until it doubles in size. All right, you're gonna wanna make sure this is in the warmest part of your kitchen, okay? The warmer your kitchen is, the less time it'll need to proof. All right, so this has been resting for about 40 minutes, okay? Look at that. It's doubled in size, a little belly button. That's that. I'm gonna lightly flour this surface, roll this into a log, cut the ends off, and cut it into probably like 3 ounces of dough. It's like I'm pulling the dough at the same time and forming it too, just like that. Down on it, and this is more or less the shape of the bun. All right, so I got the buns all rolled out and portioned to the shapes that we're gonna poof them in and bake them in. I got a half sheet tray with some parchment paper, some non-stick spray. I'm just gonna lace this up, lightly lace it, and then we're gonna get these buns. And remember, it's gonna poof in this shape, so this is final resting place. We'll just place them here. We'll get some plastic wrap over top, and we'll let it rest for about 15 minutes before we bake it. So we're doing my take on sloppy Joe now, all right? I got some of the ingredients laid out before me. Got some fresh, crunchy, beautiful celery, some green bell pepper. I like green, you can do red, but I think this will really pop in the sauce. Got an onion, got some ketchup, some red wine vinegar, some Worcestershire sauce, clove, brown sugar, and tomato puree. All right, so first things first, we're gonna dice up the celery, we're gonna dice up all the veg, the pepper, the onion. We're gonna sweat that out a little bit. We're gonna add the beef. We're gonna cook it until it's slightly pink. It's kind of brown, but still slightly pink. And then we'll build the sauce all in that pan. And the fat that comes out of this beef, FYI, it's a good thing. It It'll make it like creamy and unctuous, okay? Add all the sauce stuff in the tomato puree, the ketchup, the sugar, and the vinegars, and we'll just like let that reduce and cook down into goodness, all right? I let this cook for about 6 minutes, and this is pretty much done. All right, guys, nice and saucy. This spoon is not doing me justice, but if you really get at the bottom of there, you see all the veggies, the beef, the sauce. Let this chill for a little bit, and then we're gonna hit this bread up with this egg wash, right? So, I got my oven preheated to 425 degrees. Got these beautiful buns, looking thick. I'm gonna throw these inside here for about 15 minutes. But in 5-minute intervals, like I said before, we'll just completely turn the whole pan around. All right, guys, this is it. It's my version of Sloppy Joe. Homemade potato bun, look at that. Saucy, vegetafull, sauce. You can see the meat, you can see everything, all right? You don't need no 3D glasses for this. These are my babies. Now I'm about to get messy. I'm gonna be sloppy Rome right now, right? It's very sloppy, but good. Oh my God, I'm gonna lick my hand like a little kitty cat. Oh, look at it, but the bun is strong, all right? I'm gonna dip it though. It's like, yo, I don't even know how to eat this and be cute. So that's it. Simple, easy. My version of Sloppy Joe. Childhood, all right? Let's talk about it for a minute. Would I ever go back to canned Manwich? Hell no, definitely not. Get him out of there. This is the George Clooney of Sloppy Joes, all right? Hunky, thick, and soft at the same time, all right? I hope you try this at home, because this is hitting, all right? It's delicious, I gotta get at it. Like, subscribe, hit my line, hit the comments, let me know what you think about anything. How was your day? The sandwiches if you want to too, but all right, I'm gonna eat this. Bye.